Well, now that we're done eating, it's time to get down to business. As I mentioned the other day, this is about rewarding you for saving Alista and the others. So, it's finally time for the main topic. Of course, I knew that today wasn't just a dinner party, and this conversation would come up. I wonder what kind of talk it's going to be. To be honest, I was at a loss as to what to give you as a reward, so I figured I'd ask you all directly. I see, so that's why you invited us today. Thank you very much for the invitation. As I told you the other day, what we did was only natural, so honestly, we'd be grateful for anything you're willing to give us. But you know, Alan, I'm truly grateful. Alista is my most precious treasure. You saved and protected her, and I really want to give you something that you'll be most happy with as a token of my gratitude. Father, I understand your feelings. In that case, there is actually something we're troubled with, and we'd like to consult with you about it. Oh, what is it? Speak your mind. Actually, our comrades are scheduled to arrive here soon, probably in about a month. Since there's a large number of us, we'd like to prepare a place where we can all live together. Captain Dalsim of the Imperial Guards had said their arrival was expected to be around that time. Clelia and Elna reacted to this. Oh, how many are coming? Over 50. Alan, it's 58. 58 people? Alan, are you planning to start a clan? A clan, as I recall, is a recognized organization within the guild where several adventurer parties band together to achieve a goal that a single party can't accomplish. Yes, we are trying to form a clan. That's right. We have various connections, and our comrades who look up to us want to join and work together with us here in Gaunt's. In reality, it's the Imperial Knights who look up to Clelia and are coming here, but I guess with your abilities, you could attract that many people. I see, so you want to prepare a base for your clan. We just arrived here and don't know anything, so we're completely at a loss as to what to do. You might not know this, but 2 months ago, a major clan in Gaunt's, Great Storm, which was said to be one of the top 5, disbanded. Several of their main members died in succession, and after repeated internal conflicts, they just fell apart. The base they used is currently being held by the Commercial Guild. Oh, that sounds great. Cyrus grinned. It certainly might be. Great Storm had over 100 members at its peak, and it has all the necessary facilities for a clan. It's a bit old, but it should be fine after some renovations. Mr. Cyrus, please, could you introduce us to it? Hold on now. I'm talking about a reward for you, aren't I? If that's what you want, then I'll grant it. I can't give you such a large plot of land and a building for free, but I'll rent it to you at a minimal fee, and I'll even have it nicely renovated for you. That's very generous, but are you sure? Yes, we were already planning to do some renovations to find a new tenant anyway. I'll just make the renovations a bit more extensive. Don't worry, it's guild money, so it won't hurt my wallet. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Is the Commercial Guild okay with that? I hope it's not too much trouble. What are you talking about? If you don't use your power for something like this, when do you use it? The reason I've become so wealthy is just because I've been favoring my own trading company as the guildmaster. Father, you shouldn't be so blunt. Well, it's like this. As long as you don't overdo things, it's fine. In anything, really. Thank you very much. This is a huge weight off my shoulders. Don't thank me yet. You can leave the renovations to me. However, I can't provide furniture or supplies, of course. That would be overdoing it. You'll have to take care of that yourselves. Of course. In that case, we'd like to take a look at the place sometime soon. That's fine. I'll introduce you to some skilled craftsmen, so you should go take a look. I'll have Karina guide you. Thank you. That's a great help. However, a clan of over 60 people is being born all of a sudden. It's probably going to be the 4th or 5th largest in Gaunt's. Alan, what are you aiming for? The top, of course. We came to Gaunt's to make a name for ourselves. If we're going to do it, we'll aim for the top. No, we'll not just aim, we'll become the top adventurers in Gaunt's. That being said, we're still B rank, so our immediate goal is to become A rank. Oh, that's a very refreshing thing to say. Becoming the top adventurer in Gaunt's means becoming the world's #1 adventurer, you know. Interesting. All right, I'll help you with that. What do you mean by that? The ranking system of the Adventurers Guild is based on an internal evaluation system. Of course, it can also be changed by instructions from the higher-ups, and the evaluation from that system is greatly affected by high ratings on requests from other guilds. This is something Barris had also mentioned.
I've heard about that. Oh, you're well informed. In other words, I'm saying that our guild will give you jobs in the form of nominated requests. Of course, the evaluations will be fair and square, with no favoritism. That would be extremely helpful. Please, we'd be happy to take on the work. All right, what would you like? Escorts? Gathering materials? There are also investigations, but I don't recommend those. They're not worth the effort. Is there such a thing as hunting bandits? Alan, bandits are certainly the greatest enemy of merchants. We merchants hate bandits. Everyone has had a family member fall victim to them. However, they're elusive. You'd be lucky to run into them, but normally you can't hunt bandits just by going out to hunt them. If there's a need, could you please let us try first? All right, it's a matter of doing it first. I'll put out a request for it. If possible, I'd like to see the clan base first. Is that all right? It might take some time to get furniture and other things. Yes, we're not in a hurry. I'll put out the request without a deadline. How about you go take a look at the base tomorrow with some craftsmen? Thank you, we'll do that. Well, that settles most of the talk. Oh, Alan, you should become a member of the Commercial Guild. There are all sorts of things, including the matter of the sake. Understood. I have something I'd like to ask everyone. How did you get that magic tool that blows warm air, which you let us use the other day? If possible, could you tell me where you got it? Alista asked. My party members all looked at me at once. Oh, I made that myself. I happen to have 2 more in stock, so would you like me to sell them to you? Alan, you made it? How did you make it? I might not look it, but I'm an A rank in the Magic Guild. I learned how to make magic tools there. A rank? So you're a mage. I'm sorry, I'm not very familiar with those categories. Does being A rank make you a mage? Well, normally, an A rank would call themselves a mage. I see. So I guess I'm a mage and an adventurer? I've never heard of such a person, but that's fine. So, how much is the magic tool? Since you've been so kind to us, I'll sell them to you for a special price of 20,000 guineas each. 20,000 guineas? That's quite cheap. I'll gladly take both of them. Thank you. Then I'll bring them with me when we go to see the base tomorrow. And Alan-sama, I apologize for the delay, but please accept this. This is the payment for the bandits from the other day, Karina said, handing me a small leather pouch. I opened the pouch out of courtesy to check the contents, and there were 6 gold coins inside. Yes, payment received. After that, since the dinner and the conversation were over, we decided not to overstay our welcome and took our leave. Of course, Karina drove us back in the carriage. Well, Alan-sama, for tomorrow, I need to coordinate with the craftsman, so would 10 a.m. be all right? Of course, we'll adjust to your schedule. Then I'll see you tomorrow. Karina went back in the carriage. Hey, let's all have some tea and talk. Kira-san brought us tea, and we all sat down at the table in the dining hall. There were no other guests, so it was fine for us to be dressed like this. I decided on a lot of things earlier without consulting you all, but was that okay? I asked nervously. I had decided on things that I couldn't take back now, even if they said no. There's no problem at all, Alan. I'm very happy that you were thinking of everyone from the Imperial Guard. That's right, Lady Rhea. To a guildmaster of the Commercial Guild, you secured a business deal of 1.5 million guineas, arranged for a clan base, and even won their support and future requests. I truly think you are a great leader. Oh, Cleliad and have a high opinion of me. The talk about the sake was simply because it sounded interesting. The talk about the base was because I felt bad about staying in a place with a bath when the Imperial Guards probably wouldn't be able to. And the talk about bandit hunting was because I thought it would be more profitable than hunting monsters. I probably can't say any of that. Is it okay with Selena and Sharon? Of course, everything was a good deal, and there's nothing to complain about. Just as Elna said, you're amazing, Alan. We would never oppose what you decide, Alan. It seems that my impromptu decisions were well received. I was having a good day. I see. Then there's no problem. So, tomorrow we'll be touring the clan base. I'm back. Ah, Karina, you're back. I was just talking with Alista and the others, and we were waiting for you to get back so we could all talk. Soon after, Alista and Natalie, who had been called, came over. So, what did you think of them? First of all, I was surprised by Alan's attire. How did they get their hands on such exquisite pieces? Ah, yes. I didn't want to stare impolitely, so I didn't get a good look, but they were definitely extraordinary. I had the honor of riding with them in the carriage, so I could see them up close. A common feature on everyone's clothing was that the fabric was woven incredibly finely. No, it was so fine that I couldn't even tell it was woven.
Yes, I could tell that too. And the designs, Alan-san and Lady Ria's designs were just as Karina said, majestic and divine. And the designs of the others were also from a different country, but they were so sophisticated and wonderful. I can't believe such clothes exist in this world. I can say this for certain. The clothes Alan and the others were wearing were far more exquisite than the clothes my trading company provides to royalty. That's right. They were undoubtedly wearing something better than royalty. No, even better than the king, Alista said. And then there's Alan's ability as an adventurer. He's far more skilled than I had heard. He's A rank or higher. You could even say S rank. That much? Yes. Taking out an entire orc village with a general orc in it with just 5 people is insane. Normally, that would be a job for a knight's brigade of over 100 men. Orcs are terrifying when they're in a group. A single orc is no problem, but when they're in a group of 5 or 10, they're unstoppable. And he took out 75 of them. Alan said it was nothing, but that must be his confidence speaking. In other words, he was saying that 75 orcs were no big deal for him. I'm also curious about the 58 adventurers who are joining Alan's clan. Yes, that's true. Normally, it takes years for a clan to grow little by little. To start a clan of over 60 people all at once, well, if any other group tried to do the same thing, they'd probably run out of money and fail right away. Alan-san and the others are quite wealthy, after all. It's not just about money. You can't make a clan without the ability to attract people. Well, if adventurers saw Alan's and the others' skills up close, I'm sure they'd want to follow them. And I don't think Alan and the others would team up with just anyone, so their comrades must be quite skilled as well. It's possible that a new strongest clan is about to be born. Father, what about the sake? Do you really think it's possible? That talk also surprised me. But from his tone, he seems to be quite confident. And that reward for success? He knew how much profit he would make if the sake was made. And he still said that 2 million was just a small sum? What? 2 million guineas is just a small sum? Yes, if he can make that sake, the profit won't be in the millions, it'll be in the tens of millions, or even more. It's a dangerous deal that would even make me worry about my life. And he settled it so easily for 1.5 million without much negotiation. At the very least, his goal isn't money. By the way, I noticed something else during dinner. Alan-san, Sharon-san, and Selena-san are not from the countries around here. The way they handled the cutlery was subtly different. You can tell that? They tried to adapt to their surroundings, but the way all 3 of them handled their knives was different in the same way. And yet, their movements were so refined. I think their basic etiquette is just different. I see. He did say that the country that makes that sake is a place where they make it normally, so it's probably not a neighboring country. So, the 3 of them are from the same place. On the other hand, Lady Ria and Elna-san's manners are exactly the same as ours. They're probably from around this country. I see. So, people from different countries. I'm curious what kind of relationship they have. Cyrus-sama, about the bandit hunting, is it really difficult even for Alan-sama's party? From the way they handled the bandits they captured, I thought it was a perfect fit for them. That.
I was just thinking about that myself, and I think they might actually be able to pull it off. Normally, a group that goes to hunt bandits goes in a large number so they don't lose to the bandits. But of course, that group would be spotted by the bandits' lookouts, and the bandits would go into hiding. But what about those guys? If they approach the bandits in just one carriage, the bandits would naturally think a good target has come and attack. And what's waiting for them is a force that can annihilate an entire orc village. The winner is already decided. Then, Alan-sama and the others can? No, it's not that simple. Even though there's a lot of bandit activity around here, they're not on every road, and they're not always setting traps. The roads are like a spider web. It's a strange thing to say, but I don't think you'd be able to easily run into bandits in such a place. It would be different if you knew where the bandits were, but since you don't, I still don't think this will work out. I see. That may be true. Well, he said he wants to try, so we'll let him try. But they really are mysterious people. Yes, they really are. At one point, I thought about making them adventurers under the commercial guild's control, but they aren't the kind of people who would fit into that framework. Their potential is still completely unknown. In any case, it's been a while since I've met such interesting people. Karina, I'm sorry to ask, but please look after Alan and the others for a while. Understood, Cyrus-sama.